This man has banned his mother-in-law for coming to their house because he feels she was the reason why the family are not doing well domestically. Before you condemn the man or see him as a devil, then you need to listen to the damages the mother-in-law has caused.
Several times my mother-in-law has tried to shatter my home, giving malicious advice to my wife on how to treat me in the house, also sending various messages threatening my life, also advising her other kids to do the same. Her younger brother is in South Africa. He will call me, threatening my life, that he will send boys to me to attack me, that I should tell my father and I should tell his own father that is what he's going to do. Recently, she sent thugs to my house and her mother to my house, and then even also sent...
The thugs told you she was one that sent...
I said immediately they came as regards the issue that happened, and then they were threatening me that I should go and apologize to the mother.
Okay, all right.
So also a man in a Nigerian army uniform, no tag, no nothing. I informed my father-in-law that this is what's been going on. My wife's mother came August 23rd to be precise, to pack my wife's
last year.
Yes, Your Honor. Packed her things out of the house. Thank God I had come, and it was on a Sunday. I went out, we had a quarrel. I went out to cool off. On returning back, she had already packed my kids to her parents' house, packed her load. In process of packing her load with her younger brother, I came in. I started recording what was going on, sent it to a church member that is aware of all the harassment the mother has been doing. Even the church had reported it around 2015. The church banned her from coming to our house. But recently, because we had a baby, my wife pleaded with me that, okay, please let my mommy come for Omugo and things like that. And I accepted. That was the problems. I treat her like my own mother. When she came for the Omugo, I will wash her car. And she stays in the same vicinity. Why is she coming to sleep in our house, coming to poke nose in our affairs? Man and wife, they will have their problems. When she wasn't interfering in our marriage, there was peace. To the extent that sometimes my wife will always go there. Each time she goes there, she comes back with a different attitude. This scar on my head was because of her mother. This scar, my wife hit me with iron on my head. I didn't report it to the police. I didn't do anything. I just reported it to the church overseer, and I kept my calm. So these things have been going on. Assuming I did not see when they came to pack the load, because the younger sister had already called me a murderer. They will say, because you've lost your job, you don't have anything to do, you have killed our daughter. So these things, that's that. And then recently I've been providing, because after she packed out August 23rd, I've not seen my children, and I've been providing for them. I have proof of money being sent to them on a monthly basis. I still paid their school fees. The father changed the school, because this is not the first time she has run out of our house. She did this and in anger previously around like 2016. I went to pick my kids from the school because I'm the one that pays their school fees. It was then she started panicking. Now went to my parents' house and saw my kids there. Now packed back home, pleading with my parents. The same thing has happened now. Presently, she's still in her mother's, in her parents' house. My father and I, we've tried our possible best, to the extent that we've gone to their house afterwards, that, okay, let us settle amicably. They refused. My father went there single-handedly, talked with her own father as well, man to man. They refused. So I have no option. I'm not seeing my kids. I'm sending money. Because of the position of things, there's nothing I've not done for her. I apply for jobs for her. She's not working. I opened a shop for her in front of our house. She doesn't do it. It's not productive. I've tried my best. I have all the receipts here. I spent over 500,000 naira for her. My capital that I meant to use to continue my business, I did that.
What do you do for a living?
I used to be an accountant, but I lost my job due to restructuring in the company. So, and I
What
have...
do you do now?
I drive Uber now. So, but according to how things are in the country, I have to still provide for my family. And I have a company that I registered on my own with CAC, and I do supplies of IT equipment. Once in a while, I supply Fort Oil and things. On the side, if I don't have enough money, I'll meet my dad to lend me. And when I do the supplies, after 30 days when they pay, I give him back his money. Trying to meet up things. Assuming it's because, okay, I lost my job, that the disrespect is this much. Not to the extent that your mother will start sending people. She's swearing for me that I will not reap from my children. That any day I taste 1 naira from I have the recording on my phone. Any day I taste 1 naira from my children, I will be ridiculed, I will die. Why? The only issue I and my wife have is that she says I drink too much. Yes, I have my alcoholic problem, which I have gone for treatment. That is a problem between man and wife. Not to the extent that her mother is coming to interfere. She even insulted my father when he went to see the grandkids in their own house. So my father, as an elderly person, said that is even enough, that he has tried his own best, Your Honor. That this embarrassment is becoming too unbearable, that we should actually look for ways we could get justice. That's why I came here, Your Honor.
Okay. So, what do you have to say to us? I'd love to listen to you.
Okay, so I met and married Yemi in May 2013. We dated for about 10 months before we got married in the 11th month. I knew he takes alcohol, but I didn't know it would be a problem, especially after he has a wife and then decides to be responsible. But as soon as 3 weeks into the marriage, I realized that the alcohol was a problem. Then came the beating. Whenever I talk, in fact, sometimes after these 4 years we stayed with his parents. Sometimes when he gets too much on me, I'll go and meet his mom or his dad to help me talk to him. The way they will change it, and suddenly I'll become the bad person. Nobody talks about him drinking. Nobody sees anything bad what he's doing. Sometimes he'll go out 3 days, 4 days, you won't see him. He mentioned that he lost his job. It was as a result of the same drinking. He'll go out on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, Yemi is rushing into the house and he's changing his shirt to go to work. With hangover, red eye, he'll just throw tom-tom into it. Sometimes he won't even shower. I'm the one that will actually drag him to the bathroom. Go and take your bath before you go to work. And you are telling me that your boss will not see all these things. Sometimes, one time he came back drunk and hit me. So I went to meet his mom and I said, please, mom, help me talk to this young man. This beating is becoming too much so that it doesn't get out of hand. She said that I don't behave like a well-trained child. I should be the one to make him stop the drinking. Anything my husband does to me, I should use it as cream and rub my body. That aside, along the line, it became too obvious. He says I usually go to my mom to talk. That is not necessary. We married and we live in Ago. I just told you that out of 7 years, 4 years we stayed with his parents. It is the same beating that made his father send us out of the house. Several times, he will earn his salary today. Tomorrow, he will tell you he doesn't have money to go to work. I was a teacher then. Sometimes he will tell me, help me with 2K, let me fuel my car to work. I don't have transport to go to work. I'll say, okay, is it this small petty teaching job that I'm using to take care of myself that you want to still collect from? Okay, fine. Take ATM, withdraw 2,000 to fuel your car. Yemi will go and clear the account. Some other times, there was one that his mom was involved. He said, hey, give him now a phone. It's not the same work he's going. Give him the ATM. I gave him the ATM. He did the same thing. That was when I said I wasn't going to be wasting my resources on his alcohol again. Somebody that earns almost 200,000 today, 3 days into the new month, he doesn't have money anymore. Okay, baby needs diaper. Baby needs this. Baby needs that. Hey, don't ask me. I don't have money. I took loan. I said, why are you taking loan? People take loan when they have big projects. You are always taking loan because you are always owing. If you are not owing in a bar, you are owing in the hotel. If you are not owing in the hotel, you are... Then several accidents. I can't count how many things we have lost to alcohol. My wedding gift was a car. Yemi drove the car, had an accident several times, suggesting that we could not repair it. He had to sell it as scrap. My laptop that I entered his house with, he used it as collateral in a bar. Then came numerous phones. I can go on and on and on and on and on to show you the effect of how alcohol has affected our lives. The reason he says he's quarreling with my mom is because she will ask me, how is your husband doing? He is fine. Is that not the simple answer? But he is fine. I'll be painting him, oh, he's wonderful, he's this, he's that. And then tomorrow they are hearing news. So at the end of the day, they will go back home with information different from what I am saying. So that alone, according to him, says I'm reporting him to my mom. The evening he mentioned I broke his head. He went out to drink 2 days before. He did not come back. So that alone has crushed my spirit. I decided I wasn't going to talk to him. So in the evening, then it was just 2 children we had. I took my 2 girls to spend the evening with my mom at her shop. Around like to 7, he started calling. I refused to pick. Yes, I was angry. I refused to pick. On coming back into the house, he charged as usual to come and beat me. So iron was the closest thing, and I hit him on his head. And if he keeps complaining about my mother, you need to find out what exactly is the problem with my mother. Is she the only mother on this earth? Why is it that it's only her you are having issues with? It is because you have not been doing well, because you drink too much, and you cannot expect the woman to keep quiet. He himself said it, that he banned her from, and truly she stopped coming. For 3 years, my mother did not visit me. She did not visit. Why? Because according to her, my husband has banned her. Now I had to start struggling between pleasing my husband and pleasing my mother.
What happened on 23rd August?
There was an event in the compound the day I left. There was an event in the compound and I went with my daughter. On coming down, he started flogging the girl. 6-year-old girl. What did she do? And I asked, what did she do that you're flogging her like that? Okay, you cannot beat me anymore. It's now my children you want to be beating. Does it make sense? That is after children that you are not feeding. That very day, what he started doing was he would take plates, he would go outside and buy his own food, come back and eat it. Whatever the children will eat, he's not interested. He doesn't care. It is just me and the children. Anything we're able to scratch, anything we're able to manage, we'll end up eating it like that. So I looked at it that, how long will I continue like this? This is not the life I planned for myself and my children. So I decided to leave.
Challenges. Another issue of domestic violence between the two of you. It's not encouraging at all. It's not one-sided. It's from the two sides. You keep beating her.
I've
right?
done that twice. Maybe twice, Your Honor.
Whether it's once, whether it's
and I
twice.
promised I wasn't going to do it again.
Listen to me. Whether it's once, if it's once and never repeat it, then I know you are repentant. But for you to repeat it the second time, the probability of the third and fourth and fifth is always there. And as for you, Aramide, the usual, most common, I'm not saying the only way, but most common is usually from men to women, because physically they are stronger. So I'm shocked that you had to as well.
I had to defend myself.
There are ways. Let me tell you, most cases you run out of the house and you go straight to the police station. I'm not joking.
There won't be another.
You go straight to the police station. That's their job. Let them come and pack him out of the house and keep him there. Then you call his family members to go and meet him over there. Because your safety and the children is important. The way you hit him on the head, if something had gone wrong and he died, you know the story won't be this way again. That's why you have to restrain yourself, even you. And from what I've heard, I mean, now, if you have to come back together, I'm not saying you should, because you've not asked me. You are not here because you want to come back together. I will not even encourage you, because I first asked you to go for marriage counseling, anger management classes. I have to be sure that what you claimed about the alcohol is real. Not just because of the two of you, but because of the children. They will be my paramount concern. Because if you have children that grow up to witness that kind of relationship, the way you are interacting, they will think that's the normal way it should be. And they grow up and start repeating. So it has to be corrected. And based on that, I would have stepped in. You know. But right now, from what I can gather, you are trying to prove to the court that you've been a responsible husband or true, even though you have anger management. I mean, alcohol issues, right? And from your own end, I could see that what you've been trying to prove to the courts, like, well, even if, because you claim you opened the shop and all those stuff, even if he's been responsible, he's been putting you through a lot of stress due to the alcohol issue. And the fact that your parents, from both sides, they have a lot of inputs into your relationship is your fault. You really have to limit the involvement of third parties, not just your family, third parties. When it comes to the issue of the children right now, you know, I asked for the age of the children. Considering their age, she's supposed to have the custody when you are living apart. The children should be living with her. And you are doing the right thing by giving her upkeep. Because even the law in Lagos State now, people will refer to as baby mamas. If you impregnate a lady, even though you are not married to her, the law mandates you to always give her upkeep towards the child. These are even your children. So that's the right thing to do. You make sure the school fees, the upkeep and everything. Where are you living right now?
My parents.
Yeah, with your parents. But is entitled to have access to the children. As long as you are still living apart, you have to give him access to the children. And we're going to work that pattern out right now. They go to school Monday to Friday. You all live within the same vicinity.
Yes,
so which is good enough. And whatever we agree on today is over the children is open to review. If you see any reason why you think we should change it, you come back to court. Either. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's the only weekends that is available to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
What time do you close in church on Sundays? 12 o'clock. So you drop them off by 3 o'clock. Alright? I want to limit interaction between you and your in-laws too. So I think I should... Will you prefer to pick them up as well?
Okay.
It's okay by you? Alright then. So what time do you normally prepare them for bed and for dinner?
7.
7. So you pick them up by 6.
Okay.
So 3 hours every Sunday for now. Let's see how it works out. Okay. If there's no complaint, if the children are okay by it too and everything, I won't change it. Alright.
Sorry. Your Honor, I want to also state that they've given a series of malicious talks, feeding my...
That's why you are having these 3 hours now.
Yes, Your Honor.
To correct whatever is on ground. I want to limit either of you's interaction with your in-laws. The two of you, as long as you give the upkeep and everything, yes. How much do you give on a monthly basis?
I give that 10,000 naira and I buy 10,000 naira and I buy the...
How many children?
For 3 children.
3 children. I'm about to explain something.
Okay.
I give her 10,000 naira for the children. That's for feeding. Then I buy the Pampers, buy the milk. The messages are here, and then part of the receipts are there from the supermarket.
So by the time you buy all those things, about how much do you spend extra?
Roughly about 50,000 in a month.
I'll suggest to give her everything.
I used to give her the cash, but I noticed that they weren't using it for my children.
It doesn't matter. Let me tell you.
That's why I started
buying. As a mother,
okay, Your Honor.
Let me tell you. You've not had access to them for a while now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
They've been feeding.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm only just saying it that basically we've been doing, and then also I've been buying to supplement all that along the line.
You know what? Stop the buying.
Yes, Your Honor.
Stop the supplements.
Okay, sir.
Just pay.
Pay.
You give her the money.
Transfer for evidence purposes.
Be keeping everything.
Records, I do that.
want to be sure. So don't buy. Send money to her. Pay fees, everything. Keep the record.
Then
In case we ever need it.
Okay.
Just be keeping, just the way you kept on.
Then, Your Honor, henceforth, they should return them back to their school. Their
So you are the one giving judgment now. Go ahead and
I'm sorry for that, because actually I paid.
let me tell you, on the issue of the school,
Yes, Your Honor.
the way it is now, the two of you have to come together towards, because she has the custody,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are making part payments. The only thing I can not do is to make you pay more than
What have been paid?
the school fees at
Yes,
these places.
yes.
If she's ready to put the difference, whether from the parents or anywhere, let them
This
add
place is
it.
even cheaper than the previous school.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Oluwayemi is to pay Aramide on monthly basis by the last day of every month a sum of 50,000 naira towards the welfare and upkeep of the children. For now,